to work in Calgary. When did you get your push to go to the WWF? When did that happen?
I got that push by working hard over the years. When I started in Calgary, I won't be lying to you. I was about 180 pounds, and I was
Yeah.
like my father and my friends and family at home, where they call me Bones. I was about 6'3", and I was 180 pounds, and they call me Bones. And my dad kept telling me, no, 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 you're not going, you're not ready. But I was stubborn. And so
Yeah.
I went to see my mom, and I told her, I said, Mom, you need to lend me $500, and I promise I'll give it back to you. And so I went against my father's will. But it was a story of my life. I've always like challenged the things that I wasn't supposed to or I couldn't do.
Yeah.
And so I went from territory in 1977. I was there, and then 78. Then again, my father came in the conversation when I told him that I had an invitation to go to Mexico City to wrestle. And then my father told me, "Don't do that. Says, don't do that. You'll see, it's not what you think. It's not what you think." And
Yeah.
so I went. And so then I went to Kansas City, and then I went to Nashville for Nick Goulas, riding up the road with Dutch Mantel, Randy Savage, and Angelo
Oh,
Popo, his father.
wow.
And I told you, what was the other guy, Gypsy Joe, and all those guys. And then I went to Kansas City for Bob Geigel and Bob Brown, and I went to Tennessee for the Fullers. I went to Pensacola for the Fullers. I went for the Grahams in Florida. Then I ended up in Atlanta, Georgia, for Ole
Yeah.
Anderson and Dusty Rhodes, and then working for that was one of the greatest breaks I had at those times, because I was seen on
Yeah.
TBS every week. And
Mhm.
TBS wasn't like, contrary all the other territories, that you'd be seen locally in every state, in your own state. And when you were at TBS, you'd be seen from Boston to Los Angeles. You'd be seen every
Yeah.
weekend, on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to work with Ric Flair then. I was like very young, and a lot of guys. So you make your chance and your opportunities. It's like by
Yeah.
grinding and going on the road. And I even had to change my name at one point. I was getting beat so bad. My name was Jerry Roberts, but I was getting beat so bad that the boys would call me Jerry Jobber. But but it was okay. It was okay, because every time I went into the ring, I learned. When I went to Mexico, I learned how to do those backflips and those. Everything was good for me where I went somewhere. And then you
Yeah.
had to learn. There's a lot more than that. A lot of people think you just go to learn in the business, but no, you got to learn the outside of the business. You got to
Yeah.
learn it's time to put your foot down, to say no to the promoter. It's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to say, well, if you don't give me what I want, then I'm leaving. Even though you don't want to leave because you have nowhere to go. There's a
Yeah.
lot of bluffing and a lot of hard working outside in the ring to
Yeah.
make it in the business, in that era anyway, in those days.